been a long time. Now, I know you're sitting there looking at me and being like, hello, it's been forever since you made a new YouTube video. And you are right. And the only excuse I will give you is that I started a podcast. And it's not just that the podcast takes up time and energy, it's just that everything that I talk about here, I've been talking about in my podcast. And I feel like, do I have anything even left to say? But I know it's important that I come here and that I speak to you guys because I really want to spread the message in every single way. And not everybody is into podcasts, even though if you're not into podcasts, you totally should be, because podcasts are amazing and you can listen to them anywhere. So, a couple of things that I want you guys to know. I'm going to talk today about some important stuff, but definitely go check out my podcast because there's so much great information. As of today, the 17th episode has dropped. It's called The Cure for Chronic Pain. You can get it on iTunes or Google Play or Spotify, or really anywhere you get your podcasts. And so look it up, The Cure for Chronic Pain with Nicole Sachs, same as this YouTube channel title, and listen to the podcast because you can just stick it in your earbuds or listen to it while you're driving your car. And it's a great way to get information about my work. I interview people. It's actually like a lot more content rich than I could ever be on a YouTube channel based on the fact that I'm in my office and not everybody is able to come to my office, nor is anybody invited. So just kidding. But I interview people from near and far. I interview people from around the world. Some people I've actually worked with and some people who just have had these amazing recovery journeys and contact me and say, Nicole, your work has changed my life. And I'm like, oh my goodness, okay, we have to talk. So anyway, check out my podcast, check out my Instagram. I'm starting to put more content on Instagram. It's at NJSachs at Instagram. Go follow me there because I'm also starting to really build my community there and spread information. Because, the whole point is spreading information. Okay, so let's talk. I want to talk today about a lot of questions I've been getting around believe. So if you remember, my work has three facets: believe, do the work, and patience and kindness for yourself. And all three of them are equally important. Now, if you don't believe that your problem, whatever the problem is, so let's list some problems. Let's say you got migraines or irritable bowel or fibromyalgia or back, neck, shoulder, hip, knee, foot pain or pelvic pain or, anything that's chronic, anything that is chronic, eye issues. I get a lot of people with eye issues lately. GERD or reflux or that feeling of like a blockage in your throat. I get people telling me all these different things all the time, and what they often start with is, let me explain to you all the reasons why I thought this was real and why now I'm scared it's not TMS. And I say, no, back up. Nothing is not real. Nothing is not real. If I have horrible back pain and my muscles are in spasm and I can't move, that's real. If I have fibromyalgia and everybody's giving me a hard time because they're like, well, we can't see anything wrong with you, that's real. If I have irritable bowel disease and run to the bathroom with diarrhea, that's real. If my daughter, who is my guest on my podcast today, has a diagnosis, which is called dual accessory vestibular bones in her feet, and she has swollen bones on her feet that are red and swollen, what gets more real than that? This is all real. Real is not the point. We have pain, we have conditions, we have afflictions that become apparent in our bodies. There's no question over whether that stuff is real. The answer is yes, it's all real. So the question is how to get better. How do I get better? I have a chronic condition. I'm diagnosed with an autoimmune disease like rheumatoid arthritis or like lupus or like MS. I have symptoms associated with that diagnosis. Is your diagnosis real? Hell yeah. Are the symptoms necessary? No. We live in a mind-body system. Sometimes we feel things in our hearts and sometimes we feel things in our bodies. And if we cannot figure out a way to properly feel things in our hearts, our bodies will take over. Our nervous system flips into fight or flight. And reflexively, the pain is seen, or the symptoms are seen, as a lesser predator than the emotion. That's it. Life is a choice between what hurts and what hurts worse. Your nervous system seeks to protect you. It will choose the lesser predator. That's it. It's as simple as that. So if you are experiencing a physical chronic condition, it means that your emotional world, whether it be your childhood, your daily life, your personality, all the things we discuss in this work, is being viewed by your nervous system as a greater predator that needs to be protected against. So what do? You get a bad headache and then you have to go lie down. You have irritable bowel, so you have to stay close to a bathroom. You have fibromyalgia, so you have to cancel your plans. You're in too much pain. This is what happens to us as human beings, and it applies to every single one of us. So if indeed we are experiencing chronic pain, the most important thing is, what's the solution? Let's live in the solution. Let's not spend so much time on the debate in the debating society in our heads about what's real and what's not. Because a lot of people are, so I also have a referral practice, which means that people go on my website and they sign up to speak with me. And as of now, I still have that open. I think that's probably going to be a short-term solution because I'm becoming too busy to do this one-on-one work, but I'm still doing it as of this moment. And so when people contact me, they send me a history, a comprehensive history of their pain story, and then we have an hour together where I launch them into this work. And a lot of people are asking this question around, are my symptoms real, and how do I believe? And so what I'm trying to help people understand is, it's less about forcing yourself to believe, and it's more about laying down your weapon and just saying, okay, I surrender. Surrender to win. I surrender. I understand that sometimes we feel things in our hearts and sometimes we feel things in our bodies. I understand that my body is in a chronic situation that no medicine or therapy or treatment has been able to, physical type therapy, has been able to alleviate. I understand that I am living in a jail that may be of my own making or of my own power, but I don't know how to get out. And I say, okay, thank you for understanding that. That's all you need. It doesn't matter what, I see our bodies as like a pinball machine, okay? And when we have chronic conditions, it's like that ball gets drawn back and released, and it's like ping, 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 ping. Sometimes people have headaches one day, and the next day they have back pain. Sometimes people have headaches for a period of time, a really long period of time, and they get all sorts of treatments. It never goes away. They start this work, their headaches go away, and all of a sudden their shoulder goes out, and I go, good, relax. It's okay, don't get scared. Don't go to a shoulder doctor now, just chill. Your body it's moving around. It's trying to figure out, do you need protection from these feelings that you're starting to unearth? Or are you safe? Are you calm? Are you saying, I'm just choosing to believe, I'm laying down my weapon, I'm surrendering to win, and I'm just going to do this work? So if the three facets of my work are believe, do the work, and patience and kindness for yourself, the work is explained all over the place. And go on my website, go on this YouTube channel, go on my podcast, go join my JOURNALSPEAK group on Facebook. It's a closed group where people are discussing this. Learning how to do the work is all over the place. The belief has to come in here and in here. You need to believe, and sometimes the only way to believe is just to surrender and to say, however this goes, it's okay for me, because I cannot seem to get better, and I need to be better. This is my life. So I will invite you to simply surrender. Know that I am standing with thousands and thousands, probably millions of people standing behind me saying, I am cured. And when I say millions, it's because this is just Dr. Sarno's work that I'm carrying on. And so he started this work, 50 years ago, more. So, this work has been curing people for years all over the place. And so it's not just people who have discovered me. I am just a messenger. I am just a humble messenger carrying Dr. Sarno's message that changed my life forever, that handed me my entire life, the reason I have children, the reason I travel, the reason I am a full member of society. I do everything. There's nothing I can't do. Yes, I have spondylolisthesis. Yes, I have an abnormally shaped spine that every orthopedic surgeon I have ever met told me that I should be in pain and I should be living a small life and I should be being very careful. I'm not careful about anything. I ski, I rollerblade, I hike, I lift heavy suitcases all the way up the stairs, and I live in a townhouse with 3 sets of stairs. I'm fine. Okay, you can't just decide to do that. That's years of work. That's years of feeling my feelings and understanding that my emotional life was causing my body to channel physical pain, and that was an area of weakness in my system. I have an abnormal spine. So in that part of our brains that we don't quite understand, there isn't no scientist in the best university, no neuroscientist in the best university in the world claims to understand 100% of the brain. We understand a small percentage of where the human brain works. In whatever way that my nervous system and my brain are protecting me from my emotional world that they think I can't handle, my pain gets channeled into a place that I will believe it, that I can access the pain in order to save me from my feelings. And the first place that happened to me was that weakness in my spine. My spine isn't weak. My spine is different than yours, perhaps, but it does not account for the physical pain I was in. It never did. My pain was never just in my lower back. It was up the back. Sometimes it was here in my scapula. Sometimes it was, scapula, is that right? Sometimes it went down my leg. Sometimes it was in my shin splint. Sometimes it was in my foot. Dr. Sarno took one look at me. He goes, well, this MRI doesn't explain that. This is TMS. And it was, and it is. My whole life is available to me because of this theory. So I invite you to do the same. I know it's hard to believe that an emotional exercise could cure a physical condition, but I don't care. I don't care if it's hard to believe. This is your life. Do you want it? I want it for you. So, work on this. Work on this by not working on it. Work on this by giving up and saying, all right, Nicole, you seem like a convincing speaker. Your whole life is available to you. I'm listening to this podcast. Person after person is being totally healed that was previously hopeless. I'm doing this for myself. Screw it. I'm doing this for myself. So, I have no idea if that was cohesive, but that is my message for you today. I have so many places that you could find me. Please look at my website, thecureforchronicpain.com. Go to my resources tab. Everything I offer is on there. Plus, I'm getting super excited. On March 1st, my Omega retreat at the Omega Institute for Holistic Studies is going to go on sale. 5-day retreat, July 21st through the 26th. Join us. It's going to be magical. It's going to be so amazing. And right around then, I will put out a video explaining everything that's going to happen there, and I really hope to meet you there. So until next time, I'm going to come back as soon as I can, and I hope you're well. And I'm sending love. Bye.